Now, do we put seed in it or what?
Yeah. Or, yeah. We'll try something else. Steak.
There we go.
An ocean's worth of time won't wash it away. And the absence of your word is all I'll ever know. There's a tape stuck in that deck and it just won't play. I'm feeling it all the way. I'm feeling it all the way. Feel it all.
Grocery store. We're all going together. It's a field trip. It's a 257 field trip. I had seen the movie Reality Bites a few years ago. Maybe it was in like high school or college. I was watching it a couple months ago because we have not one, we have 2 VHS copies of Reality Bites in our house. And I was watching it. I think Winona Ryder's character is like filming her friends the whole fucking movie. Like they go to a convenience store and they're dancing to My Sharona and she's like filming them. And this was after I had filmed us in a grocery store, and I realized, like, literally, in a lot of ways, I mean, this is put together differently probably than Winona Ryder's character would have put it together, but it seemed a lot like Reality Bites. And in that regard, if this were Reality Bites, I suppose I'd be like the douchebag Ethan Hawke character who's like this philosopher dropout asshole who just, like, you know, reads Nietzsche and criticizes everything. I guess that's a character. Hopefully. I guess I hope I'm that cool. I don't even know what. Maybe I'm Steve Zahn.
Looking at a face, looking at a face, looking at a face, like looking at a lamp that's way too hot. Looking at a face, looking at a face, looking at a face, like looking at a lamp that's way too hot. Gotta look away, gotta look away. Looking at a face, looking at a face, looking at a face, like looking at a lamp that's way too hot. Looking at a face, looking in a eye, looking at a face.
The other 90s pop culture reference I feel like I'm becoming is, well, there's a few actually. The dude from American Beauty who, like, films everything with his camera, and he films, like, the bag, the plastic bag and shit.
Look how beautiful and poetic it is. No, let it roam. Go, little baggy. Run away, little baggy. No, you've killed its soul. You murdered its soul.
I've sort of become that kid in a lot of ways, because I film everything and try to make it, like, poetic and, like, dark and shit. And then the other thing is, like, now that I'm doing a reality show about a house full of 20-somethings in Brooklyn, well, I guess I'm 30-something, I feel like I'm making The Real World. In fact, I called it, jokingly, The Real World. And I never watched The Real World, but somehow I ended up making it.
IKEA's an IKEA.
I feel like IKEA is not as fun an experience because it's kind of like there's like a route.
You know nothing about
They already
IKEA.
know what your room.
The first and most important thing about IKEA you have to enter through the exit and go straight to the warehouse. And because you enter through the exit, you get food and drinks first.
And then you have them
And
on
then
your
you go
journey.
to
Oh,
the warehouse,
okay.
It's
and you're like,
brilliant.
Great
hot
idea.
dogs. You have the
Yes.
Swedish pear drink.
So this is the backyard at 257. It's my roommate's office. It is 2 bar stools, an industrial stool probably stolen from his art school, a piece of fence laid across the bar stools for a desk, and the mirror from our vestibule. And here's I think it's a crocodile head. We got all the tools lined up here on the fence, wire snippers, paintbrushes, you know, lighter. There's a lighter here nailed to the... And then there's this chair that you would find like in a guidance counselor's office. So me and Peter are in this sort of competition. He texted me the other day saying that there was a great armchair on 7th Avenue. Because Park Slope is an amazing neighborhood. Like every time I go for a walk, I feel like I'm like going fishing or something. So I went to the store this morning, and as I'm walking up 5th Avenue, I find this sort of mustard yellow. So I had to bring it home. So I like, you know, dragged it home down 5th Avenue while it's making like this, you know, super shitload of noise. And I knew Peter would go. And as I'm walking in the door with it, he comes in and he's standing right in front of me. He's like, "Oh, you found something, huh? You found something today." And I don't know, it's become an exciting kind of like game that we play, you know, like going out and seeing what we can find on the street. I'm loving what Jake said about us having a California lifestyle. And when I go for a walk every day, I feel like I'm sort of like going out into the surf. I feel like I'm going out into the ocean, you know, like I'm taking like a philosophical dip. I'm going out on a sort of like city hike, just seeing what I can dredge up, seeing what the walk catches me.
Where my laid-back California lifestyle takes me, baby. Remember how Venice had those canals? This is our canal, dude.
Venice Beach
This
or
is
Venice,
the Venice Beach of New York City. I'd buy Wu-Tang brand anything.
I'm from Staten Island, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
like, I'm really chill with, like, Method Man. Like, he follows me on Instagram.
Method Man follows you on Instagram?
Yeah, his nephew was one of my really good friends.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. Nice. Does
So,
he
like,
like your pics and
All
shit?
the time, he's like, yo, I asked people, I was like, why do you
Nice.
follow me on Instagram? He
Yeah.
says, because you're funny.
Yeah,
You represent Shaolin.
Yeah.
I was like, I told these guys, I said, we're going to enter the 36 chambers.
Yeah.
These are 36 chambers. I'm the Risen.
Yeah,
You guys
yeah.
are Wu-Tang Clan.
All right. Because I worked in the sushi restaurant, and I had sushi chefs too.
Yeah.
So I feel that. You know, I've been
Yeah.
there. You know what I mean?
It's
You
like-
got to be the voice.
I
You
feel
know?
like I'm ODB. I feel
Yeah,
like when
yeah.
I feel like when somebody says, "Oh yeah, nah, I just like raw fish," ODB song, raw just comes out.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Heck
Shimmy,
yeah.
that's what they should call it. Shimmy, shimmy, y'all,
Dude,
shimmy,
that's a great idea. You should start a food truck or something. Baby, I like it raw sushi.
did so much wrong to the Native Americans. If I'm part of that,
But you don't feel like you have more in common with them than with the people that did that to them? I know that for me personally, when they talk about that kind of shit, my ancestors were very likely not that different than how I live and how my dad lives. Meaning they were probably poor. And they probably saw what was going on and hated it. That's not to say that I'm not feeling ashamed of that and guilty of that, but like, I imagine that if my ancestors saw the slaughtering of the Native Americans, they probably thought, that's fucked up. You know, like, I like those people. Like, I have more in common with those people than I do with the people that are killing them. I don't know. I feel like with an increasing feeling of aliveness, you also, like, there's a concurrent feeling of death. The girl had some Brooklyn face, dog. She was suffering from a severe case of a Brooklyn face. Meaning, she had a very studious bod. Her bod was smoking. Changing the channel down to my scrambled pornography channel. Channel 99 was like this weird channel in the middle of all the scrambled pay-per-view channels that was clear. and it was some kind of like promo channel for music or something, and Britney Spears was on there, and I saw her and I was like, God damn, that's the hottest fucking chick I've ever seen. Like, and I started jacking off to her instead of the scrambled porn, and it was way before she got famous. It was at least 6 months before anybody else even heard of her.
Yeah,